seconds. We have complete clearance for launch. We are go. 20. 9. Guidance internal. Ignition sequence start. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Howdy, neighbors. May the Lord bless you.
We figured out a long time ago that it's much easier to control people when we're all watching the same TV shows, listening to the same radio stations, going to the same movies, looking at the same billboards, eating the same food, and speaking the same language.
I'm talking about my life. I can't seem to get that through to you. I'm not just talking about one person, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about form. I'm talking about content. I'm talking about interrelationships. I'm talking about God, the devil, hell, heaven. Do you understand? Finally!
All will obey Santa in this new world order. Oh, yeah?
You're going to have to answer to the Coca-Cola company.
That sounds like a lot of...
There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast and amazing interactive multinational dominion of dollars. Multinational dominion
which will produce and control hallucinations to the point that it will change human reality.
PsiOp Radio.
Decoding the psychological warfare machinations within paranormal and parapolitical landscapes. PsiOp Radio.
Welcome back to the last half hour of the 150th episode of PsiOp Radio. I'm Smiles Lewis.
And I'm Mack White.
Well, as I mentioned, there's plenty of, as always, there is police state news.
Take a drink. You said the words. You know you want to.
I need to go make another one, but I don't have time. But Big Brother is watching you. The town where every car is tracked by police cameras. This is not surprisingly coming from England. DailyMail.co.uk reports a sleepy home county's market town has become the first in Britain to have every car passing through it tracked by police cameras. Royston in Herefordshire has had a set of police cameras installed on every road leading in and out of it, recording the number plates of every vehicle that passes them. The automatic number plate recognition system will check the plates against a variety of databases, studying them for links to crimes and insurance and tax records. That's right. And alerting police accordingly. There were just 7 incidents of vehicle crime in the last month. In the town last month. And residents believe the unmarked cameras are an invasion of their privacy. The system, due to be switched on in the next few days, also allows police to compile hot lists of vehicles that they are interested in and which will be flagged up when the ANPR system is up and operational. I've been waiting for this to happen.
Well, now this is in the UK. They've got something like this started here.
All across the United States, here in Austin as well, local law enforcement are rolling out license plate camera surveillance system, and in some cases they'll pace through the parking lots and garages of various businesses, scanning all the plates of all the cars in the lot, looking for stolen vehicles. Well, that's a great idea, right? You know, you lost your car to being stolen, you want it returned, don't you? But beyond that, I knew it was just a matter of time before a community, okay, what about, you move out to the suburbs, you want to get away from the crime and the pollution, and you want to, work, you want to commute into your job, wherever that might be. So you go and you move out to some community that you're going to have to commute into your school and your church and your day job. And, hey, you might even have your own police force. That community might, decide to become its own municipality and have its own police force. And you know what? Heck, things are getting kind of scary out there. You might want to be alerted when the next time a sex offender rolls into town. Protect your children and all.
Yes, it's for the children.
And granted, I do see upshots to all of these surveillance technologies, but
the downshots are so down, man.
They are, man. It's like, I don't want to live in a panopticon where everybody is surveilling everybody.
And where the government always knows where you are.
And everything's being tracked. Now, the article that you talk about, that you read before, also talks about, the triangulation. They've been able to do that for so long. That's all your cell phone does. The very basis of a cell phone is it has to know what is the closest cell tower to get the best transmission for your message. So what is it doing? It's triangulating your position off of the nearest 3 cell towers. That's the way they've always worked. And so that surveillance potential has always been there. And so if we're hearing about it, and of course we've heard about this for the last 10 years, post 9/11, but that's when, the rise of the cell phone has become so utterly ubiquitous and complete. I have mine right here, Mac.
I have mine right here.
It is monitoring all. Oh, the nice, precious glass surface. It's a sparkly. I'm mesmerized by the sparkly. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, Big Brother. It's everywhere. It's in your pocket. Meanwhile, Politico.com reports TSA readying new behavior detection plan for airport checkpoints.
Oh, boy.
Course, and it's not going to just be airports. It's going to be every train station, bus station. Hell, every time you get into a taxi cab, they'll probably be frisking you by TSA.
I just don't even want to think about these TSA agents who mishandle the stupid policies they've already got. They don't show any intelligence. It's just this moronic, moronic Neanderthal approach. One size fits all security, and they just pat down a 94-year-old woman and inspect her adult diapers. They'll dig through a baby's diapers, and it's just completely insane. And these people are going to be now studying behavior. Our behavior.
Yeah. Well, no, they're going to give you an X-ray. They're going to they're going to tell you to turn your head and cough, and they're going to be going, "Tell me about your mother."
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
All 3.
Oh, that sounds fraught with psychotrauma. Well, now I read this article, and it wasn't clear to me if they might be talking about this mind-reading technology.
Malintent.
Malintent
well,
thing. It doesn't mention it in the article.
There's so many different tacks that they're taking.
What it talks about here is they're going to have behavior detection officers at the airports.
Yeah, some of this is just like, they'd like to think that they're anthropologists, studying primate behavior, I guess. But
these are primates studying intelligent people or something. It's all turned around. It's not right.
Up is down, left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so some of it is like, does that person appear to be nervous? Are they exhibiting signs? But
who wouldn't be in today's airports?
But the TSA tunnel that they want to use, the one that they're premiering in other parts of the world, is like depending upon like your credit rating and your known history and whether or not you're on any watch lists or whether you've got a preferred traveler account. There's like 3 tunnels that you go down, and each one represents a very different level of security that they think you are worthy of enduring, and security checking that you have to endure. And it's going to have all kinds of things, and they've been testing these things ranging from literally lasers that are used off your aorta and your neck to basically from remotely, just with a beam of light, a laser, detect your heart rate. Because of course they don't have the time to actually hook you up to a polygraph, and not that technology was ever any accurate representation of quote unquote truth telling. But they're rolling out this huge array of technologies to detect whether or not you are a danger, and none of them have been tested in any sort of realistic, scientific, rigorous way.
And it all really sounds like junk science.
Junk science.
I don't think it would stand up to any test of that sort. And you're going to have complete...
Give it 10 years, maybe, of actual good scientific testing. There might be some, tools here. But
what these will just be basically tools for harassment in the hands of thugs and bullies and morons.
Goons.
This is just goon squad stuff. Wow.
So that one's over at Politico.com. TSA rating, new behavior detection plan for airport checkpoints. Did I read any of that? I don't think I did. But
it's going to be a nightmare. However they implement it, even if they implemented it, intelligently, they're incapable of doing
it's
that.
the government. Come on.
Because as we know, TSA can't do anything right. Weapons, all kinds of things get through all the time. We've read stories about that here. It's a completely absurd agency.
Now, meanwhile, and in case I hope in the background, I hope the microphones are picking up in the background. I opened the window so that you could hear outside the Radio Ranch the alien insect intelligence is chattering.
I thought that was just in my head.
That's the cicadas. It's summertime in Texas when you hear the cicadas. The other night I was like, honey, do you hear that? I heard that the other night, but now it's huge. It's massive. It's summer. It's really here. Well, I mean, it's been feeling like it for a while. But so the government, your privacy, your personal data. No, it's not so personal. It's not so private. Surprise, Florida makes $63 million selling your driver's license info. No kidding, really.
Well, you're busy protecting your identity. Florida is busy selling it. Stunning reports finding that the state is raking in $63 million last year, selling drivers' names, birthdays, addresses, even the make and model of their cars, and it is all perfectly legal. But Larry Brindley says it shouldn't be. He is an architect who lives in Florida. He is, of course, a taxpayer in that state and says this kind of thing is an outrage. But apparently, Larry, they can do it, right? You say stop doing it.
Yeah, apparently they can. I was in the DMV about 2 weeks ago, and that was brought to my attention again, that the state is selling this information and profiting from it, and here we are.
Can you say no, Larry? Can you say, well, don't sell my stuff?
Apparently not. Apparently not. It's not a choice.
So who gets this stuff, Larry? Who gets this info?
As I understand it, anyone who wants to purchase it for a marketing reason, large companies, mass marketing, is available to anyone who wants to pay for it, any company, business, whatever.
It's inexcusable to me, and like you, I'm concerned about, Larry. But it's even all the more so when the state doesn't even give you a heads up about it. Now, it sounds to me like there was a little bit of a heads up, but most people either didn't hear it, didn't know it, didn't follow it. What?
Well, I think if there was a heads up, it was done on a down low basis. I don't think it was done on any sort of a large scale. I was unaware of it, and it was brought to my attention when I was at the DMV. I consider myself pretty well versed. I, read the newspaper, watch television, but it wasn't a big publicized event. It just kind of slipped by.
Normally, if you complain at the DMV, they just keep you there for months. You realize that. So
they just don't call your number.
They don't call your
number. Sit there.
How were you treated after you raised a stink?
I was treated fine. I mean, I can't say.
Hey, guess what? We're selling your information. There's nothing you can do about it. Have a nice day. Yeah. If they're not losing it, if they're not accidentally leaving discs or floppies or floppy disks, oh, that's funny, a laptop or something, on a park bench somewhere,
or the Texas comptroller leaving the servers with millions of people's names, mine included, information.
Mine included. Yeah.
You got caught in that mess too. Just leaving it there for like 2 years, wide open to anybody. Just go in there and just feast on and just take information and whatever.
Yeah, and there's been so much computer consolidation with the state of Texas's different agencies, government computer files. It's just like, oh, wow, yeah, decentralization has its benefits. That's one of the very natures of the foundations of the Internet, is that it can survive through decentralized distribution of information. But not when you centralize all the information or all these services. Then you just make it an easy target to, I can take down all those groups with one shot. Or I can access all those people's information with one shot.
Yes, that's the perfect argument for decentralization in all things. Government, technology, yes.